The Players' Championship at Sawgrass comes a little early this year. In just a week, the course will be ready for the big tournament and the thousands of fans.
TPC organizers started incorporating more local businesses last year, and they're going to do it again this year. In fact, they're going to highlight a Jacksonville brand in their merchandise store. You want to see what they've got? Our Lauren Rautenkranz explains.
The Players' Championship is one of those classic Jacksonville events, so why not show off what our city is all about at the tournament? That was the thought of TPC organizers when they were planning the 2018 tournament. So they turned to Flow Motion, a local apparel company whose brand embodies the Florida lifestyle. Flow Motion started in a college dorm, and now they're a staple in shops around town. Some of their 2018 TPC t-shirts were sold out in the first couple of days. So after tremendous success last year, more limited edition Flow Motion gear will be on the shelves at Sawgrass in 2019.
It's exciting, and but like I said, it's a lot of hard work to make sure that we do create something that the community can be proud of and that we're proud of as well.
The Flow Motion team was asked to expand their TPC products this year. At the shop, you'll find straw hats, shorts, long and short sleeve t-shirts, as well as stickers. And with an estimated 100,000 attendees for the event, the designs could very well sell out again. In Jacksonville, I'm Lauren Rautenkranz for First Coast News on your side.